There was a time when Yaman shone like the sun, not only for his physical charm, but also for his intelligence, charisma, and the values inherited from a deeply rooted family. He was the perfect example of a modern gentleman, educated, disciplined, respected in the industry, and able to inspire anyone with his mere presence. But that light, today it fades. The man we see is no longer the same who charted his own course. Now he seems like a puppet, with Sarah pulling the strings, the woman who entered his life under the guise of love, yet gradually stole his soul, mind, and essence. Once, Can was the captain of his ship, steadfast against storms, eyes fixed on the beacon of his principles. Today, the helm is in other hands, his eyes are blindfolded, and he drifts without realizing he has lost control. Sarah began with sweet words, weaving a web of supposed devotion. Without noticing, Can became trapped. The more he allowed himself to be wrapped up in it, the tighter the invisible strings became. The elegance that had always defined him, his speech, his respect for the public, his impeccable conduct on set, turned into a weapon used against him. Little by little, she isolated him, first from close friends, then from family, and finally from those who truly loved him. Now, the only voice he hears is Sarah's, louder than his own. Confused by the word love, he began crossing lines he would never have imagined before. This is not love, it is dependence, because true love frees, it does not bind. Ken doesn't realize it, but he is alone. Photos, red carpets, and public smiles are a facade. Inside, there is a silence no applause can fill. The most painful part is that he is living a theft of identity. His decisions, style, friendships, even his future plans are filtered through someone else. He is no longer an independent man, but a character in a play written and directed by others. And in such manipulation stories, there is no happy ending. Once he is no longer useful, he will be discarded. Perhaps one day he will wake up, cut the strings, and recover his light. That day, we will see the Can we once admired. Until then, he will remain lost in the darkness, searching for a lighthouse only he can light. Demet Özdemir has always been, to me, a captivating figure, not just for her beauty or acting skills, but for that genuine energy that seemed to accompany her at every stage of her career. I have seen her grow from her first projects, making her way with perseverance, and always projecting an inner strength that few artists manage to convey. However, I feel she is now going through a period of transition, one of those turning points where the decisions taken can redefine the path forever. Many admirers have stated that she is the sole owner of her destiny and that no one has the right to judge her, and I agree. Yet I believe this much-praised independence has been tested. Part of the public perceives a more reserved Demet, more cautious in her dealings with the media, less inclined to show the spontaneity that once defined her. Some welcome this as maturity. Others feel she is distancing herself from the connection she once had with people. I do not believe Demet has lost her essence. Rather, I think she's in a process of self-protection. After years under comments, rumors, and pressures, it is natural to build walls to protect privacy. The risk is that those walls keep away not only the curious but also the true admirers. I have read opinions strongly defending her, insisting that it is unfair to judge her for personal choices or her relationship status. I agree, no one outside her closest circle knows what is truly happening in her life. And while there are those who criticize certain changes, we must remember that we all evolve and that what makes us happy today does not always match others' expectations. Professionally, Demet still has enormous potential. Her talent is unquestionable, and every time she appears on screen, she proves her charisma is intact. However, her private life seems to have become the main topic of too many conversations, overshadowing her artistic achievements. I would like to see her fully take back control of her story, bring the focus back to her projects, and remind the world why she reached the top. I hope she continues to listen to her inner voice without letting fame or relationships define her entirely. Her true value is not just in being an admired face, but in being a professional capable of reinventing herself and inspiring through her story. What stands out most to me is Demet's ability to stay strong even when media pressure is overwhelming. That calm and strong attitude deserves respect because deep down, we are all human and no one is immune to mistakes or difficult moments. Instead of judging her so harshly, we should try to understand the burden she carries on her shoulders and the loneliness she may feel being constantly watched and criticized. It seems to me that silent strength says much more about her than any rumor or gossip. Finally, I believe this case highlights how fame can distort relationships and turn the private into a public spectacle full of misunderstandings and manipulations. Demet Özdemir is paying a very high price for something that should be a personal matter but has become a media conflict. I hope she can find the peace she deserves and surround herself with people who truly support and value her, beyond rumors and controversies. Because in the end, we all need respect and understanding, especially when the world seems to want to judge us without knowing the whole truth.